Hey guys, welcome back to the MJ Gooner podcast right here for the post-match review. Luton Town 3, Arsenal 4. What a game, what a finish. Certainly there were a lot of stuff to talk about. I apologize for the late upload of the Wolves post-match review. I think it should be up by now, by the time you're listening to this, and I'm sure it would be a triple upload today. I got 2 post-match review to upload and also 1 Stephen H. Season 3 episode to upload later on in today's. So let's talk about the game. I mean, what a game. I got off work early. I'm sure I'm like probably 30 minutes behind, but I start from the start. Looking at the lineup, it's exactly what I anticipated. You know, I feel like both of the fullbacks who started in the last game should be subbed off just to get rest. And also, this is a perfect chance for Kai Havertz to come on and play a role today. You can see how like strong, physical, and also tall the majority of the Luton Town players are today, and we kind of assume they're gonna play a long ball, or the majority today they are playing long ball. So it's exactly what we're gonna anticipate, and certainly it's exactly how it happened as well. So yeah, there's certainly a lot to talk about. I don't want to do this 15 minutes because there's so much going on right now. I was thinking about recording this right after the game, but I feel like there's so many errands that I need to run. I finished those, so right now I'm just sitting down there. I'm fully calmed, and let's talk about the game. So lineup, I just talked about it. Exactly what I anticipated. The first 10-15 minutes, I felt like, we're kind of not going anywhere, to be honest. I feel like Jesus was having a pretty good game today compared to the Wolves game, I think. Jesus today, again, Luton Town was way better. Same as Kai Havertz, probably one of the best games he has in the Arsenal shirt. Certainly not, I don't think the game against Lens was his best, if I'm being honest, but certainly this game was. He played pivotal role. He looks like somebody who finally understand the way how Arsenal play, and I'm very happy for him because again he got a goal. He got the equalizing goal, and I believe he scored 3 goals in the last 4 games as well. And the first 10-15 minutes was exactly how I kind of anticipated how the game goes, where we were just kind of tactically we're just kind of meandering around the defense. Again, they're playing a low block as usual. We got a few chances here and there once in a while, but the first chance, actually the first goal we scored was a very, very clever play by Gabriel Jesus. The ball rolled out of play by the goalkeeper, and of course, thank God we were playing in such a compact stadium. You can see there's not much room between the field and also the stand as well. So if you somehow kick the ball to the stand, you will know the ball's gonna bounces back onto the pitch very quickly. But that's exactly how it happened. I'm sure the ball kind of hit the cover, the cover of the camera or something like that. Bounces off the camera. Jesus, seeing the ball rolling towards him, grabbed the ball quickly, gives it to Bukayo Saka, and Saka provides another assist, another goal contribution for our star boy. I believe he has 19. I think he has 19 goal contributions so far in this season, and that's another great assist. And also Martinelli, a very good finish as well. Hard to believe that was his second goal of today's game, or second goals in the Premier League. We know that he scored quite a bit in the Champions League, but little do we know he actually didn't quite, of course, certainly he didn't perform as good as last year, but still a very important goal for him, certainly. And it was a scuffy finish, but he got it in the end. It rose at the back of the net. We scored the first goal, and the funny thing just came out. It was a corner kick for Luton Town. And I know how they approach. Of course, they're going for long ball. They always look for Adebayo, I believe so, who was playing as the lone striker. And they're very good in the air, right? And that's exactly what happened in the first goal. Once the ball rolled out for a corner kick, I knew something is up. I knew something is not right, and I was mumbling to myself. I was like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate corner kicks because I knew what Arsenal was capable of in terms of defending corners. And once I said it, I freaking jinxed it. They actually score from a corner kick. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, I feel like every time when there's a corner kick, when I'm jinxing it or when I'm kind of cursing about the corner kicks from the opposition, I feel like they're going to score no matter what. Today was the perfect example of, that happening. And it was really, really disappointing. It was poor marking by Martinelli. It was a good header, but I feel like if it wasn't marked by Martinelli, I'm sure it would have been defended properly. But, I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. Martinelli didn't give a strong contestant with Osho, I believe so. That's his name. And the ball just went into the back of the net. And I think our lead only lasted for 4 to 5 minutes. And they equalized. So, yeah, I mean, by the way, I just want to shout out to Luton Town. I know they're how do you say? I know they just got promoted. It's their top flight football since 1980 something. They drew against Liverpool. I'm sorry about the traffic's right outside. I'm recording in a different room today. And yeah, top flight football in first time for the top flight football since 1984, 1986 or something like that. Certainly I wasn't even born by them, but today they show why, the reason why they got promoted from last season. I mean, they show very good football in general. I know Arsenal make mistake, but every time when Luton Town had a chance, they'll capitalize it, whether if we make a mistake or not. So Luton Town, if any of you guys, I know the proportion of Luton Town's fans listening to this podcast is very, very rare. If you're one or two of them, I just want to say, I hope Luton Town's gonna beat City in the next few games, I think, and also stay in the Premier League because based on what I saw from Luton Town, they definitely well deserve to stay up for another year at least. So good play by Luton. And by the way, Ross Barkley is definitely, in terms of overall play of the game, man of the match, has to go out to Ross Barkley. I know we won the game, but Ross Barkley today was just flawless in the middle. I thought he was playing as a central attacking midfielder because that was his time. That was his position back in Everton. Of course, it didn't work out for him in Chelsea. He went back to Everton. Certainly didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. I still remember I was using Ross Barkley in my FIFA 17 career mode. It was such a good career mode back then. It was probably I think that was my first ever career mode, or one of the first earlier career modes that I've done. But Ross Barkley today, certainly the man of the match for pretty much everybody. I'm sure a lot of neutral fans, Arsenal fans, or even Luton Town fans believe that today you just can't fight him today. Odegaard tried to take him down no matter what. Ross Barkley always have the ball back, regardless of Gabriel challenging for him, Rice, Havertz, or anybody. Ross Barkley at the end of the day, at the end of the challenge, he was stood tall and continue and play. But yeah, he was a very good player. I'm not quite sure what happened to his career at the end, but I'm sure this is the game where he might revive his career, because I feel like he used to have a big potential, and all of a sudden it was just gone at the end of the day. So and then at one point we got a couple of good chances. I think Martinelli with one, Jesus with another one as well, but it wasn't quite threatening, to be honest. There's one shot was Martinelli in the box, but it was a good save by the goalkeeper. And the second goal comes, it was a very lovely play. Bukayo Saka finding Ben White, who was drilling down the right hand side, crosses in the middle to Gabriel Jesus and score a header. And guess what? That was also the second goal for Gabriel Jesus in this season in Premier League. Knowing that he scored every game in the Champions League group stage, who would have thought he hasn't scored that many in the Premier League? But we go into the break 2-1. I thought, you know what? It is going to be a tough game, but I'm sure we got everything under control after the second half. I know we might make a few changes there. I thought Kivior was fine today, but certainly I don't think tactically it worked out well. Nothing much going on down the left hand side in terms of aerial defense. I don't think Kiwior did much of that. I felt like Ben White had more of a aerial duels compared to any players in the team so far today. In the second half, quickly after the second half, it was a corner kick. Again, another corner kick, and I literally shit myself again. Who would have thought? We conceded the first corner. I thought we were going to learn from it. Second time, it was poor. I thought it was a little bit poor from Declan Rice. I felt like he could have probably give a much better contest than the player who scored. I forgot his name. David Rice should have done better. I'm not quite sure what he was doing. Was he trying to catch the ball? I think he was trying to catch the ball, but I think in that moment when it's 50-50, the safest part, the safest choice for you in that moment is to try to punch it away. He didn't, and instead the ball just kind of heads at the back of the net. 2-2, and we go again. 10 minutes later, I think it was 10 minutes later, Ross Barkley scored. It was poor in general. We gave the ball away very easily by Odegaard, I believe so, and then which allowed Luton Town to kind of press us for a while. Ross Barkley kind of feeds it off in the middle. Somewhere Townsend, I have no clue. Andres Townsend is still playing for Luton Town at least. He gives the ball to Ross Barkley. I thought Ben White should have done better with that one-on-one challenge. He simply gave so much room to Ross Barkley, and Ross Barkley scored. What can I say? David Raya should be. I don't want to put too much negative, but David Raya should have done better. I'm so sorry. I thought prior to today's game or before conceding the first goal, I thought David Raya has been amazing. Has been pretty good since for a while, and I thought, you know what, he might show us why he should be the number one. And today it goes back to the topic of the goalkeeper dilemma, where are you sure we're gonna give away Ramsdale just like that next season? We don't know. And it was crazy. It was a crazy debate, and it settled down a little bit because of the game against Brentford from Ramsdale. And all of a sudden, 2 games later, we have to have the same conversation again. What the hell's going on with the goalkeeper situation? I have no clue, but we have to move on from that. I mean, we won the game at the end of the day, but all I can just say that I'm not quite sure what Raya was doing. Obviously, he can easily save it with his foot. I'm sure he wanted to catch it, but I think from that angle, it wasn't a good shot by any means, but it was straight at Raya, but in a way, he just kind of positioned himself in a very weird way, trying to grab the ball, and it turns out the ball just went underneath Raya's armpit, and they scored 3-2, and I thought, you know what? I wasn't thinking about watching it because I thought, you know what? I think that is it. I think that's it for today's game. I felt like today we just didn't do well. We just didn't today. We didn't play well at all. Offensively we were good, but defensively we're still very, very poor. It's not like a direct mistake from Saliba, Gabriel, but it's just everything in general. How can we concede 2 corner kicks and 1 goal? Right now I feel like every time when there's a corner kick coming in, I am literally begging for God, we're not going to concede another corner kick. But it's hard to tell. We're playing against Aston Villa next week, and we all know what happened to Douglas Luiz last time when he played against Arsenal, or the home game he scored from a direct free kick or something like that. That is going to be my nightmare in the next game. 3-2, down by 3-2, and I thought, you know what, this is a chance that we really have to prove ourselves. Guess what? Gabriel Jesus showing his brilliance on the ball and off the ball, kind of in and off, on and off the ball a little bit, muscling with the number 17 or the defenders, won the battle, won the header, seeing Kai Havertz driving down the middle, just a simple little touch finish, made it 3-3, and it's all game, and the rally starts going right now. And I feel like we still have 20 more minutes to go, and we still have quite a bit of a time to try to win this game. And at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Luton Town, stabbed us in the throat and say, "Hey, You know what? Title challengers, forget about it. And we tried so hard. We got a few chances. Zinchenko coming on, Trossard coming on. I felt like Trossard was meh, but Zinchenko was good. I don't think it was great, but I thought it was decent in today's game. And certainly this is more of a Zinchenko's game than Kivior today. So yeah, we're looking for a winner. We got a few chances, and there are a couple of penalty shouts. Do I think the one on Saka is a penalty? I think it is, because if you guys play FC24, there's so many times where when the opposition release the ball, you go after the player or you took down the player. It should have been a penalty, regardless of the ball, regardless of the player giving the ball away or something like that. It should have been a penalty. And turns out there was another penalty shout. It was on Gabriel, who was his arm was being pulled away from the ball, and that should have been a penalty. It was very obvious. I'm not sure what Chris Kavanagh was doing in the VAR room, but both of them should be called a penalty. But again, thank God that wasn't the main topic of today's episode. Today's episode is the Declan Rice winner. Rice, baby. He did it. We did it. It was the last, 20 seconds, last part of the game as well. I mean, the fact that Luton Town, I think, I was literally looking at the clock. They subbed on the player exactly at 90th minute. And that substitution took around 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, all right, I'm sure referee might give us extra 10, 15 seconds of that. Later on, there's a play where I think it was right before the free kick, which was taken by Zinchenko. It was I think it was a throw in. Luton Town player took 20, 30 seconds for that. And certainly I was like, you know what? That's you can definitely add on to that, isn't it? And guess what? 95th minutes, 30 seconds, I believe around that time, or 45 seconds. Zinchenko literally whips it in the middle. It bounces right out to Odegaard. I thought, oh shit, okay, the referee might blow the whistle there. And Odegaard finds Zinchenko, and I thought, oh please, Zinchenko, please whip it in, please whip it in. Gives it to Odegaard, who didn't even take a touch, just whips it in. Guess what? Guess who was there in the end? It was Declan Rice with the header, last minute header. And I'm so sorry. Just send another 20 to 30 million to West Ham. I mean, they simply got robbed. They simply got scammed with the 105 million. I mean, when you ask somebody to prove you why Declan Rice is worth 105, of course he didn't worth that much back then, Declan Rice, but I'm sure after today's game, or at least I'm sure after so far this season, Declan Rice show why he should be up there. He should worth 100 million, right? When you look at Anthony from Manchester United, when you look at Enzo Fernandez, Moses Caicedo, you just can't. I mean, they don't. Of course, certainly, I believe that they might become a 100 million player in the end. But in terms of actual value, I do not believe those three players deserve to be up there. But Declan Rice, yes, he is. I mean, I was very skeptical with his price tag at first, but right now it's all justified. It's all justified right now. I'm so glad Declan Rice is an Arsenal player. I certainly cannot believe what happened if Man City went for. I'm not quite sure. I can't imagine what if Man City went for Declan Rice in the summer and Declan Rice signed for Man City. I'm sure we're not going to be in a title race like this year, but I'm glad we got him. And the good thing, we won the game, of course. Last minute winner. I know it took a little bit of deflection, but still, it was big game player. Declan Rice saved us in a lot of situation. The winner against Manchester United, the long range shot which sparked us a comeback against Chelsea. Right now, the winner against Luton Town. I know it's only Luton, but still, they put out a great fight, and we somehow latches on a win, and I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy with that. So, Yeah, we won. We won 4-3. I don't remember. I don't remember last time we have a scoreline of 4-3, but I'm just happy that we won the game. And press conference right after the press conference, of course, Mikel Arteta's been banned for the next game because of celebrating, which I call that complete bullshit. If you cannot celebrate of a football game, I just don't understand what's the point of playing. What's the point of scoring a goal if you can't celebrate? Can the manager not celebrate? I've seen Klopp running down the pitch, Mourinho running down the pitch, Antonio Conte running down the pitch. I don't see them getting yellow card, something like that. Maybe they gotten one, but certainly I know a few managers didn't get it. So Arteta is banned for the next game, and we're playing against Aston Villa. I was telling myself, please, at least win this game, because I'm sure I don't quite expect us to win against Villa because they have a very, very good home record. If we somehow got a point from Villa, I'll be very, very happy. If we somehow drew against Villa, I'll be very, very happy. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to lose that game, because I feel like winning the game would be very, very difficult. I know there's a whole thing about Brentford. Yes, I think we're one of the two teams that beat Brentford away from home last year. But it's Aston Villa. They look like a team who might go for top 4, even title contenders if they keep on going like that. And Tomiyasu picked up an injury, calf injury, 46 weeks. And again, I'm speechless. What am I supposed to do now? What are Arsenal going to do with that? Timber is down. I mean, he's still very far away. Tomiyasu is injured, and Ben White seemingly coming back from an injury. And I hope today certainly doesn't burn his legs. I just hope all the Arsenal players are going to recover from what happened today, because we go again on Saturday, early kickoff. Well, not quite early, 9:30 in the morning for Arsenal. I just hope Arsenal is going to win that game. So, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I think it's 20 minutes in. I can't believe it. I'm 20 minutes in. I thought it was going to be less than 15 minutes, but I think the more I sit down, the more I talk. Subconsciously, I thought a lot, about the game in general, but I'm going to put out this podcast for you guys very soon. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Do all the good stuff to the channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.